really impressed throughout the course of this season. He enters his 24th game of the season. Marlins 15 doing it as much as they'd like this year. More on that as the game unfolds. Ocean Bank presents the Yankees batting order. Stories and talking about the history, starting with Josh Beckett. He'll join us here in the second inning.
Austin Powers can lose his mojo. The Marlins can lose theirs for a while. They can get it back. Hey, they have it. Oppo shots. That's what he brings to the lineup. How about Brian De La Cruz? He hit the game winner in the one in Cincinnati.
Marlins needed it. They are in the lineup together. A possible 823 games with them both on the rock.
Jesus Sanchez filling out the outfield. Jake Berger, Joey Wendell on the left side. Braxton Garrett as well. There's the pitch arsenal from Jesus. The four-seamer, he'll throw that four-seamer. Only a 227 average on that one.
StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Let's see him as a reliever, one of his last few outings with the Oakland A's back in June of 2021.
That guy's not even here, Urshela. Gio Urshela.
Things have changed. Put it to one pitch coming. And onto the track, Jazz is there to make the catch. It's allowed second game in his career that he has given up 3 home runs. However, mention those pitches once again. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud.
Yeah, the four-seamer was big. So was the slider in that game the best.
Facing Aaron Judge here, and a really nice slider right there. Pretty good look. Last year's 44 RBIs. He's had, as a few Yankees have had this year. Ace did it here. Judge did it in Los Angeles at Dodger Stadium, and he missed some time.
You know, I always think it's interesting.
A little bit low at 99 to number 99. That one taken down low for ball 4. Facing Gleyber Torres now, who misses a ball up high.
Who probably, Paul, his
2 out of 3 at guaranteed rate field. It's a Yankees club that we. There's a strike. So these are certainly crucial games and exciting games for both of these clubs. And that one down and in.
A little while to settle in.
Ground ball to short. That's one. And that's two. Marlins come to bat. Luis Arraez behind him. Josh Bell is the first baseman hitting third. Jazz in center. Brian De La Cruz.
And it's worked well for Jorge Soler.
And the Yankees are going to go with an opener today.
Harrison Bader, terrific outfielder in center. Cabrera and Stanton.
Hamilton's first pitch is at the bottom of the zone for a strike to Soler, who had a tremendous. And in that leadoff spot here for the Marlins last couple of days, just trying to jumpstart, not really open. Taken down low, a ball and 2 strikes.
It's amazing though how
1-2. This one chopped toward third, but out of play.
I don't know if
that's the slider. First strikeout for Hamilton.
And here's a good look at that slider. It's got some good bite to it.
Yeah, Madden tried to switch things up. There was that old song with the phone number. So 69 for Arraez, or Bader 2 away. Josh Bell fouls that one straight back. Career multi-homer game. And the first time that he's homered from both sides of the plate in the same game.
Yeah, you're right. It hasn't taken Josh Bell long to settle in.
Strikes from Hamilton. And he gets the strikeout on the slider. Game series. Jesus Luzardo's first pitch to Giancarlo Stanton, fouled straight back.
I thought I was going to come to Miami, and then it's really hot in Miami too.
I mean, how much hotter could it be?
It felt like a bath. So y'all got much more humidity here, but we got a few more temperature degrees. It's challenging me right now. It is. Yeah, and I kind of thought we were done after 2. She's going to try basketball this year. My oldest daughter's doing cheer, and my 5-year-old played
2 balls and 2 strikes here to Stanton. So a runner aboard. All right. So of course, celebrating
months off. So yeah, I mean, I felt like I could do whatever I threw in the playoffs that year. But you know, we leaned on some of our other starters during the regular season.
You were earlier with a base hit. A lot of people question Jack McCann's decision.
Pitching, and most everybody was on a pretty good run then. But Jack just approached me 2 days before, and you know, Jack waited till 2 days before he asked me. He goes, hey, go play catch and tell me how you feel. And I went in. He came out
with it
and said I was going to throw Game 6, and you know, at 23 years old, it's
dumb enough not to know what was necessarily at stake. Yankee Stadium, at the tail end of the Yankees.
Maybe we're just stupid enough to pull this off. I can't remember. That might have been a Mike Lowell line. I can't remember exactly.
I think he's coming in.
Yeah, I mean, I think he
left center field. So the
looked very easy.
Yeah, he did. I thought that the boisterous Yankee fans that were still riding the high from the Volpe home run were Higashioka. All right, so let's get back to maybe earlier in that.
I used it my whole career.
Into that, what are you talking about?
Well,
exactly.
it's a slide step, but instead of
a hitter.
Yeah, so he's like, oh, go on, I got to get going, and then you pull the string on him.
And it's interesting.
It's a good one. That's what our jobs are.
Situation with this 3-game series. There are a lot of young players, inexperienced players, guys who haven't been in postseason.
They've earned the right to be thought of that, and there's a lot of times I'm sure that.
All right.
Yeah, I was like, man, I don't have 5 hours to go spend on a golf course
and get some of the gang back together. What does a day like today mean to you?
It's amazing, and I actually saw, but we made it happen. I don't know how we did, but we got a bunch of us back here.
You're going back out.
So a little work to do for the Marlins now, with Jazz leading things as well. We'll talk with Mike Lowell in just a little bit. But this one has a little bit of a different feel. I don't know if it's just because celebrating a world this weekend. There's the middle, and Gleyber Torres couldn't get it out of. So Jazz
had a chance to do a little round table with some guys down on the field, and then when I left to come back,
16th home run of the season. That was in the 9th inning in Cincinnati on Wednesday afternoon. It was a big single run. Swing and a miss on the slider. Run game. Back to the slider, 1-2. Infield, who's it going to be? Kind of Falefa having a.
Who is missing, not being here for this series, is Anthony Rizzo, who we would have
seemingly far after the injury. As the club. This down the right line off the bat of Sanchez and into the RBI trip to Sanchez. Of first, and unable to make the play, Jake Bauers. Down low.
Boy, not too often over their long history.
But that's not the case. Oh! Berger and safe. 3. And he said he came in today with some split screens and some different things that he's working on. He said Jake runs home, 0-1 count. And swings at that slider down and in. That one is taken low. Was going to be Nestor Cortez for tomorrow, as this one is rolled to second. Cole and Iori Perry. This one to third. Kiner Falefa. Cortez retired, but the ball for the Yankees. But first pitch at about 4:10 tomorrow afternoon. Jesus Luzardo back to work here. Pitch second inning for Luzardo. And the Marlins.
Yeah, just to show you how he gets on base.
Taken outside. 3-1. Long.
When you fall behind a guy like Aaron Judge, you're going to
bat of Jake Bauers that was caught. Dugout has enough room. And then this guy's hit a few home runs in the 1 to third. Tough play. Berger off balance across the diamond. Out toward right center. It'll be Sanchez to make the catch.